Welcome. Oh my. As much as I love the Terran themes, you guys know that. Okay, still a bit much. It's quite overwhelming. In the bottom left of Data C, the Terran player from Team Liquid, Kelazhur. Facing off against the American, oftentimes Grandmaster, and many times WCS Challenger. Definitely the underdog in this match, but we'll see if he gets off his leash. It's Silky. Terran versus Zerg, the iconic matchup. Okay, so many epic games have been fought, though I will say, if I could ever hear myself, oh my god, even Terran music is OP. First of the day, alright. That's my excuse. I will say, Terran vs. Zerg has gone through a wide variety of iterations. For a while, for many years, it was all about the Terran trying to get the job done, trying to get things to finish the game essentially for the Zerg like an investor broodlord. Come on. Ah yes, the good old years. But nowadays, especially, I'm gonna go ahead and reference Dark versus Maru, half of those players here at DreamHack, but it's more on the Zerg to get the damage done before things get too spooky. Before the ghosts come out, and the chances of breaking a Terran go down dramatically. So we'll see what style Silky brings. It's a macro map. It's a macro map. This is the map we have the 47-minute games on. You know, it would make my job a lot easier if we had a 47-minute game to start instead of looking for lobbies. So it is a best of 3, and the winner of it likely facing one of the Koreans in the open bracket, Nightmare. And that is a bit of a bold move. God, as always, I keep turning it down. It seems to somehow get louder. Nightmare, definitely a long shot choice. He's struggled in GSL. He has qualified, but he struggled in GSL. He's never... I seriously doubt anyone has him in like a top 8 pick. So coming all the way out here to Atlanta, from Korea, to fight in the open bracket, is well, that would be quite a story. First Reaper comes in. Kelazhur bounces the Queen. Yep. 1 in gas. No Roach Warren. I bet Kelazhur is very, very suspicious of roaches to start things off. Kelazhur obviously the favorite here. So, oh, Zergling speed, but can't touch this. Get off my... Parting grenade. Queen knocks out the Reaper. Kelazhur actually just outright losing it, but I think kind of trading it for information. I think that's the way we're going to phrase that. As overall, losing that Reaper, not a big deal in the scheme of things, and getting as much constant info of whether it's a Roach all-in is going to be key. The Roach, and even then, just going for Cloak Banshee. All right, we're playing it as safe as possible. No third CC. No... like double NG Bay, none of that. It's just straight up going to be Cloak Banshee. Oh, the Overlord's still surviving. But Silky, on the other hand, has a lair on the way. Jimmy, this first game of the day is not just to feel out the players, to feel out production qualities. So hopefully that's a little bit better there, and if you can't notice the difference, that means we're doing a good job. And if you can, it's placebo effect. Nothing changed. Aliens come in, get a drone, spot the Queen count, see a Spore Crawler on the way. Pretty quick lair out of Silky. That lair, well, pre-5-minute lair has a tendency towards Mutas. He's getting more gases now. With the Cloak Banshees on the way, I think there's a little bit of a runway for Mutas to have an opening. The real issue with Mutas in Terran versus Zerg nowadays is when do you actually use them? Like, they're gonna have Stim, they're gonna have Widow Mines, any of those shenanigans, but Kelazhur doesn't have too much to his name right now. Yep, it's that time again. I'm just gonna keep... Very good, very good. He's got a lot of Hellions. 8 Hellions, 2 Banshees, almost nothing else. Trying to roast through. The Zerglings to the north. No 4th base yet out of Silky. Double cloak Banshee towards the main. Easily take down a queen. That queen's last action to inject the hatchery. Gonna kill some drones here. Just keeping things busy. Another queen. That's not enough. Oh, missed a shot there, but should be able to finish it off. Alright, Banshees get out. Worker count. Silky at 60, though these Hellions looking to change that. Nice positioning there. Oh, target fire on the Banelings, and wait. Suddenly, those Hellions are a real and present danger to the rest of the Lings here. Silky losing 7 drones in the last minute, and guess what? Those queens can't fly. Expanding to that triangle base is looking to be a bit of a mistake here for Silky, as the Banshees are just working the angle while the queens have to walk all the way around. Not splitting the queens going to cost him a bunch of drones and time, and it's not done yet. He comes back in for another round. You be grilling while I be chilling. Silky just getting beat up and tossed around right now. He's kept the drone count up, but that cost larva. The queens, how many? Only a couple, but 15 drones in the last minute. It's not looking great for the American Zerg. The income's about even. Kelazhur established his 3rd. Remember, he didn't get a 3rd command center as early as you often see. So he did need to do a little bit more damage than usual. But the double medevac drop pretty much just go over the top of those rocks. Silky, does he have Baneling speed? Yes, probably the most important upgrade. That's why it was prioritized here. Neither side has 1-1 done. There's some Who does that? Okay. No, I don't care about those. Who does this? What madness is this? Why are there 3 changelings on the Reaper Cliff? Silky! Silky! There's something sadistic. I don't know exactly what is so wrong with this, but I can't rule out Silky being a bit of a sociopath. I'm just saying. Anyways, all the 1-1 upgrades finished. We got 2 drones. Oh, Banelings gets up. Wait a second. Those aren't real Marines. In fact, here we are. It was a great strat all along. The fact that those changelings are there means he can't drop as many real Marines on the Reaper Cliffs. Definitely something worth noting. And yeah, very important. Alright, another double drop loads up, heads out north. Infestation pit on the way, but look at the supply. We got 150 to 126. Silky with a massive deficit here. The army supply in favor of the Terran as well. 2-2 on the way. This is all that damage and all that larva wasted earlier manifesting itself. Kelazhur did not skip a beat. He's on rhythm with the Terran production, and his drops are strong. So, a couple Liberators getting set up. Hive will begin. Scouted immediately by Silky. See the Marines working their way into the 3rd. Up to the north, the Hydras are not enough. Okay. It's enough. But the Liberators finding damage. Queens. Alright, both Liberators taken down. Momentum slowly shifting. Especially with this drop getting outright obliterated. Alright. Well, Silky taking some wins. He clears out all the pressure on all fronts. Very important. There's not one thing he has to go back and deal with. No, he got both Liberators. He got both sets of drops. And now he has a lot of space to work. Kelazhur letting a lot of that momentum slip there. He's got quite a fortress set up outside his 3rd. Overall, though, 2-2. About to finish. Silky with a slight lead, and he's going to have a quick hive. So Kelazhur, by no means out of the woods. In fact, with that Lurker Den finishing, Lurker's on the way. Not a Ghost Academy in sight. There's several tanks with this, but not enough to easily break an entrenched lurker position, especially if range is able to finish. Silky has acquitted himself well, and he's in a good position to deal with this mid-game Terran. Tanks moving up. The lurkers, he's gonna split, he's gonna stim, he's gonna pray. 2 lurkers down, but the Marines can't get much further. Kelazhur entrenching himself here. Those tanks at maximum range. He's gonna need something a little more direct. Viper's on the way. Another double drop headed north. Alright, Silky, 5 more lurkers. We got a Ghost Academy in production. Whoa. 194 to 165 supply, but he does have that Hive Tech. And without Ghosts, the lurkers are going to start to get more and more done. The Hive Tech lurkers fully coming online here. He's got the range. That's the key upgrade. Adaptive Talent is important, but the range is required. Viper's going to help to deal with the tanks, but the tank's already on Kelazhur's doorstep. Silky losing drones. Kelazhur's maxed out with 82 SCV. A bit much in terms of supply. Oh, there's still a Banshee. Well, where are the Vipers? Full energy Vipers, enough for some... Well, not full, but Blinding Cloud is online. Those tanks pretty stacked up here. Here comes Silky, beautiful Blinding Cloud. Gonna rip through the tanks. And Kelazhur's position is shattered here. There's still a Banshee. Oh, tanks and Marines flying into oblivion. Beautiful Vipers turning that position against Kelazhur. We now see... the Ghosts are late. The Ghosts needed to be here by the time the Vipers got involved, but Silky has leapfrogged Kelazhur in the tech tree. And yanks in a full medevac, and he does it again. No, please, sir! Sir! Well, unfortunately, he has nothing to shoot it down, and the Marines unload, and that's going to be quite annoying to deal with. Spore Crawler deals with the other one, the lurkers, but this is opening up the map for Kelazhur to move forward. And that's almost more tanks than there are Marines in Oh my god! The tank line! Kelazhur is bashing his way forward, and with that pressure in the main, Silky just out of position, almost loses the hatchery immediately. Here come the lurkers, but there's not that much to protect the tanks. 1, 2, 3 go down. Front line protected. Somehow the base is saved. And thankfully does not... Oh, there goes another tank. Thankfully does not consume the hatchery. That is a few HP away. Silky putting up a strong fight in game 1. He's still down. Oh, mid-air slaughter. The lurkers are getting to be too much. The Ghost Academy was built, but only now is Kelazhur adding in ghosts. But here's the real story. There's a big disparity between not losing and winning. And Silky has been doing a great job not losing, but this is quite literally the first time he's counterattacked in the whole game. This is the first time he's been able to do damage on Kelazhur's side of the map, and it's not even really damage, not yet. That means Kelazhur has not been able to end the game, but Silky is not that much closer to winning it. Oh, the slurp up. That's a technical term. The Banelings, oh, taking it. Whoa, 20 SCVs! So he killed all the SCVs and had Banelings left over, which really made that guy feel left out. That's a real damage, down to 62 SCVs. And that's borderline, even with this many orbital commands, 5, that's a borderline amount. If he loses too many more, it's really going to hurt that economy. But a bunch of ghosts here, a little late on everything. Snipes onto the Vipers, gets one, and that's far too much Terran. Snipes on the way out. If you don't win the start of the fight, you're certainly not winning the end of it. Silky just thrown back with the tank ghost marauder composition. It doesn't get too much more anti-lurker without liberators. Kelazhur has had the economy for long enough to put together all the pieces, and while Silky's done a great job of keeping it together, There's not too much right here that's gonna deal with this. The snipes come through, cloak, for show, I guess. There's still far too many overseers. Lurkers will burrow. Stims again, the medevac's are out of energy. The bio army gonna get cut apart, but once the real story is not what's happening here, it's what's happening back here. Kelazhur, 75 SCVs, a dozen command centers, full upgrades. He's not slowing down. Silky lost another base. At some point he lost this hatchery up to the north. It would have taken not too much to knock it over. And Kelazhur is just kind of waiting for the last round of production. The army right now, he's got 11 ghosts, 10 tanks, and if it was nothing else, that would still be a deadly attack. So, but it is 13 marauders, 24 marines to fill it out. Yeah, Kelazhur taking his sweet time. Not willing to go up a ramp in the lurkers again. Oh, the ghost's not in a great position, but the tanks cover for him. Some snipes coming through the bio army, absorbing the lurker hits so the ghost can finish off the rest from the back line. Oh, but I'm sure this is Zergling. No, that's it. Game 1 will go to Kelazhur, but not nearly as easy as he may have hoped. Not a bad game to start the day. Silky showing some life there, but Kelazhur playing a real solid Terran. That was some vanilla, but like a good vanilla Terran right there. That is exactly what you need to do. Keep the pressure on, keep your economy intact, and then pull it all together. All right, well, game 2 loading up. We're going to Waterfall, which I can't imagine Silky's going to be hyped about. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're doing it live. And we're scrambling into these games, hopefully before the players start without me. So that is the look of intense concentration from me. Of like, okay, I'm here. So, all right, the countdown has begun. In the bottom left, Team Liquid's Kelazhur with a commanding game 1. But not a pushover. The American Zerg, we got Silky. I like this style. It's just as many Zergs' eternal struggle is getting bullied by that Terran early game. Okay? You got Hellions, you got Banshees. Queens can no longer fly. In fact, it's been 12 years. Okay? It's time to stop complaining. But really working the map was Kelazhur and keeping Silky from ever having an opportunity. Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry. That's enough filler. Because he's filled in his build with a pool first. What do we have here? We're on Waterfall. Okay. Nice up close and personal. There aren't many bases. There's some it's a beautiful map. I gotta, like, not that that's important, but it is. Okay, I can't help it. I am attracted to good-looking maps. I think, like, I'm cartographically inclined. Who isn't? So, look at these beautiful bridges. Yes, you can cross this. Creep can even cross the bridges here, but it cannot infest the river, thankfully. So maybe Terran should have more water-related units. Or maybe that's planet side. SCV Scout coming in. It's going to spot the timing. He's going to know that hatchery should be pretty much done, but guess what? It's not. And the Zerglings, 2 Zerglings come out. But is that the end of the story or just the beginning? It was a beginning, at least. A Reaper. Oh, the SCV actually keeping the Zergling busy. Will survive for now. Oh, a little bit of grenade bounce. Sees the queen. Now he's going to look in. Try to figure out if it's just the lings. This early ling speed. Now, if it was like a proxy Rex or something. No. Oh. I can't tell you how demoralizing it is as a Zerg. Like, essentially, losing that first round is like a pebble in your boot. All right. If I was someone who ever wore boots on a regular occasion, which of course I am. I'm very... I go outside. It's a thing I do. Unlike that Reaper after dying. But losing that first round might not be the end of the world economically, but it just feels bad, man. It's horrible. And the Terran too. Not just because you lost a drone, because you know the Terran's smiling. That's what really... Terran players being self-satisfied is the worst feeling. Now, I'm 1/3 Terran myself, so it's okay. But, like, that is the worst feeling in the world. Don't lose the drone. Okay? That is... Just don't lose the drone. It's very important for your own mental health not to lose the drone. Another Banshee. I love what Kelazhur's doing. This is the... I just want to make sure I don't die. And last game, he didn't get a huge economic lead. He just kept the pressure on Silky, and he was confident through all the stages of the match. And I think the Cloak Banshee is your safest option to just make sure you don't die. Deal with roaches, deal with any sort of ground-based shenanigans, really. Essentially, they have to respond to it directly, because the Banshees can, of course, fly wherever they want, as they have that ability, so... Kelazhur, another safe opener. I'm going to get a third command center after the first Banshee's finishing up. Sharking around with the Hellions, keeping track of the creep tumors, any Zerglings trying to slip out. Of course, there's still opportunities for that, but a big part of early game Zerg that gets kind of overlooked because it's not... Like, the most exciting thing in the world is not larva management, okay? That sounds like the least exciting biology major you could possibly have. But at the same time, it's probably the most important part of early game Zerg. It is every single one of those larvae that chooses to be a Zergling is not a drone. And if you end up canceling anything, the larva's just gone. Unlike with Terran Protoss, you cancel a unit and you can just get the money back. While you get the money back as Zerg, the larva's just gone. You can't like remutate it or something. Abathur never worked that one out. Banshee heading towards the north. Got both Banshees up there. I wonder what Silky will change this time around. He went Hydraling Bane into Lurker. Quick Lurker. But never ended up exerting any pressure on the other side. Part of the issue was how much damage that Banshee Hellion did. Got up in there, killed like 15, 20 drones. That's far too many. Alright. 2 drones. Gets the Spore Crawler as well. So some additional money. Another Queen. The Zergling's heading back towards the main, which is a bit of a tell on what button he just pressed there. But... Oh, Queen down. Damage stacking up. But the Zerglings grab the Hellions in the center of the map. No, not this time. That's a smart move. He knows that Kelazhur is looking at the Banshees, microing the Banshees, and I mean, that's still happening. But he grabs the Hellions. And I think that's a pretty worthy trade, as long as these Banshees are thrown away by the Queens here. Nicely done. 1-1. Armory. Ooh, pretty quick armory. Hydra Den. The usual. We're shaping up for a similar game here. Baneling speed already completed. Kelazhur with 1,000 minerals in the bank and no larva to spend it. As the queens have been running around the map chasing down those banshees instead of sitting back at home and settling in to inject larva. Alright, they don't like to be pigeonholed into that, but that's kind of their job at this stage of the match. Ooh, some banelings targeted. Silky actually survived. Kelazhur getting a little fancy here and getting away with it as he boosts the medevacs out. Overseer, we'll see. I mean, he needed the Overseer for the Banshees, so... Overseer sees exactly what he expected. More production on the way. Another Overseer gun down. Medevacs pick up, get out. Oh, the Queens! No, the Queens! The Overseer died, and now the Banshees are back! Oh god, they're the worst! Well, at least killers are not paid. Oh wow, that's a lot of Terran! The supply gap is... very concerning here for the American. Ooh, that's a lot. And that tank positioning is going to be pretty disgusting to dislodge. The banelings get kind of close, but not nearly close enough. This base is all but done. Counterattack gets a few Marines, maybe a few SCVs, but the fourth base is gone and some of the drones with it. Not ideal. And by not ideal, I mean, how do you recover from this? That's terrible. Terrible damage dealt to Silky. And right now, he's supply blocked, as he's lost so many overlords. He doesn't have overlord speed. Kelazhur's getting a fourth. He's consolidated his position. Starts +2 attack. Silky with a bit of a desperation hive here. Lurker Den is done, but those are stock lurkers. They don't have their range, their speed upgrade. They don't have access to it. So, a lot easier for tanks to deal with. That's pretty much what he's gonna rely on here. Are those lurkers. There's nothing else that can trade with the tank marine very well at all. Lurkers? Kelazhur picks up the Queens, trying to deal with the medevacs, but not finding it. Another one. Heading to the right. A lot of Marines here. How many lurkers are on the map? 4. Oh. Kelazhur tearing through everything right now. That is far too many Marines, even if he cleans up this army. Lurkers are not gonna cut it. There are no banelings. Kelazhur has taken a solid